What's up, guys? I'm the Nerdy Ginger. Today we are going to be doing a tier list of all of the songs from Super Voxel Party, and I'm joined by the actual composer for these songs, Zack Govin. Say hey.
Hello, guys. How's it going? I'm Zach,
Hell yeah,
otherwise
dude.
known as Curb or Yoshi. I go by a lot of different names.
I'll start
but
by referring to you as Zack, since that's where the beautiful channel Zack Govin, link in the description, where you can go listen to the soundtrack and follow along with us as we rank everything. This lovely man has been so gracious as to compose songs for Super Voxel Party. Could not be more grateful for it. And we are going to be doing a tier list of every single song. We got 50 tier lists. It's got 50 songs to rank in here, and I am excited to nerd out about some music with you, Zach. I kind of just wanted to start by giving you some free form to just kind of talk about your composition process for some of these. I guess we might just start from the beginning with which was the first song you actually composed for this one?
okay, so if I go back to, I think how I even got introduced to this, either Origin reached out to me or I reached out to Origin. I don't remember which order was which, but someone reached out about adding music into the game. And I think it initially started as just the mini games. I'm pretty sure the mini games were the first songs I wrote. And so I was like, okay, I'll do a test. And I kind of just made what we have is the free-for-all mini game, although I don't think it's actually used for just free-for-all now.
Yeah.
But did a test to see how they would like it. Masterclass, and they were like, okay, can you do the rest of the mini games? Did the rest of the mini games, and then they're like, hey, so could we get an entire soundtrack for the game? And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
I was nervous to ask you about that, and I feel like I did it. I feel like most of it was Origin, just kind of being like, because you usually commission people for this stuff and you did it for free, and I'm so thankful for that. Because
I mean, okay. Originally, yes, normally I would commission, but also, I mean, I do enjoy this game, and I got to work on it. I got 2 boards built that I got in, so, I mean, I'll take that as my payment. I get to actually be credited in the game. I mean,
I know that you also, obviously were in band a lot, literally from your profile picture, easy to tell.
Yes, I am. I don't take, music classes per se, because I am not a music major.
Yeah, but still part of the
PSA,
band,
not a music major, but, I mean, yeah. I do marching band, I do chamber percussion stuff. Percussion, couldn't tell. So if you hear a lot of really high quality percussion in this, that's where that comes from, because I know how to write drums really well.
Nice.
But yeah, I've been doing the drum thing for 8+ years at this point. I don't know an exact number, but a long time.
Yeah.
So.
And on my side, I definitely focus more on the melody stuff. So, I don't write music myself. But I was also in band for 5 or 6 years, played trombone. I play mostly electric guitar and bass now, so I definitely kind of focus in on the melody and how that makes me feel overall. And I can definitely see, we'll talk about it as we go, but I can definitely see where that percussion influence will come in. So how about
oh, the drum's really good, the melody's but
not necessarily. Let's just kind of start off in the beginning with the old main theme. We'll kind of be playing the songs in the background as we go. I've taken notes, and you might see me looking off to the side on some of my notes. Main theme is just kind of super vibey and kind of bouncy. This is kind of. I'll let you start off, and just for each of these songs, I'd like to hear what you were thinking when you were trying to. All right, I need to make a main lobby theme. What's kind of going through your mind? What kind of vibe are you going for with these?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll start actually first preface of, very basic how I actually made the songs, because I think it has a little bit of context, since as you'll notice, for every original song, it's made with note blocks.
Yeah.
Which I did not go into Minecraft and place 500 million note blocks. That would have taken years off my life. There's an amazing that would be really funny, but there's an amazing program called Noteblock Studio.
Yep.
Where what I would do is I would go into my actual music editor I use MuseScore. There's a bunch of different music editors out there. I would go in there, actually, write the song with real notes and stuff, and then take the exported, I think I would do a .wav file, but you could do a lot of other files, and you just throw it in the Noteblock Studio, and then it kind of magically turns it into note blocks, and it's great. And then it's not perfect because not every instrument syncs up. Yeah. So I would have to go in there and then kind of assign the different, because there's only what, 12 instruments in Minecraft. Like, there's not really that many. So I kind of have to. And then also, too, I'd have to change the octave range because some note blocks only have so much of a range.
Yeah.
So that's what I had to do with data packs and not just actual. That's the other reason why I couldn't do it in Minecraft, because it would just be physically impossible with the range given.
Right. And for those that don't know about like octaves and stuff like this, basically there's only there's notes A through G with some flats and sharps in the middle. Basically, Minecraft only has 24 possible notes. Well, obviously, there's a much bigger range of possible notes that could be. So that was definitely kind of the limitation. But also, in my opinion, limitation breeds creativity with some of these tracks. And
it does. Yeah. I mean, some of them actually did stick into there at the beginning, but then I kind of got a little creative. But anyways, okay. Main theme. I mean, pretty self-explanatory in how I was making it. I mean, we needed a lobby track. I kind of thought, like, maybe a mix of like a coffee shop, hotel lobby kind of theme. And so main instrument thinking was piano. Like that was kind of the main kind of, it sets the vibe. You walk into like a little shop and there's like a little piano in the playing in the corner. You got maybe a tiny little drum set in the back. That was kind of the ultimate thing. And I think it worked out really well. Like I think this song, like, it does it, like, it works perfectly for the game of like getting settings ready to go. And like I know it's not as like probably upbeat and bombastic as like, I don't know, Mario Party 2 for example, but like I think it does a good job of like setting the stage for you're about to have a party, I guess.
And that's the thing, is I actually feel very different about both this and the remix. I like both, and this is kind of where already kind of some of the limitations of note block kind of come in, is that not only are you limited not only are you limited on the instruments, but also the length. Is that basically every note block can only really be one length. So like all of the original songs will kind of be like very staccato, while with the remix version, you can actually get like the full held piano chords that probably more strictly match the vibe you're actually going for.
That is a very good point. Yeah, you can't really have chords or any of that with note blocks, because note blocks are like,
well, you can
a tick long in Minecraft. I mean, you kind of can, but like you can't hold them out, is what I'm saying. Like you can't extend the note. And so, as you'll see when we get into the remixes, it'll make a lot more sense.
So, as far as where I would rank these, I'm gonna just kind of throw my ranking out, and you can kind of change it. Main theme, I'm kind of thinking a B. Like, it's good. I still really like it. It doesn't really get old to me. I mean, we've played it a lot. And honestly, I'd honestly put the remix in S. And honestly, this is where a lot of my bias is coming in. It straight up reminds me of Pokemon Center, Diamond and Pearl at nighttime. The melody's not remotely similar, but the vibe just hits it for me, and it makes me super goddamn nostalgic, and that's why it just kind of works for me.
Okay, I think for me, I agree with the S for the remix. I think I would probably bump the main up to A, just because of how like home, like safe vibes that it feels. Like I think it still envelops the vibes of the S tier remix version, but like it has the like charm of being in Minecraft. Like, oh, it's made of Minecraft note blocks, so it feels like a Minecraft project and not just like a realistic project, if that makes sense.
I'm still leaning towards like a high B, but we can always reorganize it afterward, and we'll kind of see where the rest of this goes. But I'm fine with leaving. I'm kind of leaving this. I'm feeling low A for this, and we'll kind of see where we go.
That's okay. Yeah, I would definitely say probably a low A, but I would still bump it up at least to A for me.
I'm fine with that for now. Kind of moving on, we get Chance Time, which I'm actually gonna listen to a little bit on my own. This is one of the songs that I've barely heard because we go so fast through Chance Time.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this beforehand. This is the one I think sounds like Dora the Explorer music.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I can see it now. But like, yeah, this is a good song. I really like Chance Time.
This one I just don't really have super strong opinions on. So in my original notes that I initially wrote this back around my notes around like Christmas time when I thought we were gonna do this. I said C or D for this one. I don't know about D.
That's crazy. C or D that low?
It's just
Bro,
'cause-
go listen to that breakdown again. Tell me you say that's a C or D.
You're talking
That's
about
crazy.
the drums, aren't you? You're talking about most of the percussion, aren't you?
I mean, the rhythm's good too. It's got like a
what
salsa
I mean.
vibe.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. All right, I need to stop playing this while I'm talking because I'm going to be playing in the background. That's just kind of.
Yeah.
That's just kind of. I just feel a lot more strongly about, especially most of the board themes. Is just kind of where I'm at.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Because I'm like, we never hear anything past the first 5. Let's be real.
And that's another reason why it's kind of low for me. And
Oh, I guess that's true. Okay, probably should consider actual gameplay elements of it. That's a good point. Yeah, I made this song. It was I really like the composition. Like, I think this is a song you definitely should listen to outside of, because you will probably never hear the full song unless you just stand there for like a minute and a half and don't do anything.
so that's why I'm kind of feeling like a C for this one. And again, C is still going to be good for me. Like C and above, basically, I do like the song. And this
That's
is
fair.
where
I
I'll
can
have
see
to
C.
divorce some of your
I
opinions
can
from it.
accept a C. I can accept a C tier. It depends on where you put the remix, because I know
It's a
where
completely
I
different
would put
song.
the remix. Exactly. I know where I would put the remix. So it depends on where you put the remix.
Chance Time remix, completely different song. So cannot even judge it really
Yes.
on the same level with crazy jazzy horns. Still the problem of it's a little bit too long for Chance Time, but we can't really do with this one.
Yeah,
This-
I think for me the remix does work better in terms of chance time, because the original the main motif kind of repeats like a lot. It's just adding, yeah, that little like 4 beat phrase kind of repeats like the entire time, and there's just a bunch of like variation on it. So I think it does work for chance time.
Yeah.
However, same thing, yeah, you're not gonna hear the full tune unless you like listen on your own, which I'll admit my reasoning on accidentally doing that was, I mean, Real Mario Party has cutscenes,
Yeah.
so like it actually extends the length. I kind of
Oh, yeah.
forgot Minecraft goes by in 3 seconds, so I was like, oh, okay. Well.
It's fine. I also wouldn't have necessarily wanted you to make a 10-second song for this either. So like,
Yeah, I mean, side tangent shell for the other Minecraft project that I also made an OST that you
Minecraft
should
Party
totally
too.
listen to as well. Definitely listen to that one as well. The chance time there, I actually did right. I made it like a 10-15 second loop. That one I actually understood. It took me 3 times, but I finally understood the assignment of chance time short.
so again, this one just because it's been around for the least amount of time, but I still really like it. So I would consider like a B or A. Where are you kind of thinking?
If we're gonna accept the original as C, I would probably say B for me. If chance time wasn't so short, I would put it in A. Because then you could actually get the full length of it and it would work better for the game. But I think because you only hear the first 10 seconds in-game, which is a factor to consider,
Yeah.
I think for that it's just B.
Yeah, I think most of my rankings for this will mostly be based off of how much I actually like the song, and then like how much it fits into the game probably affects like 1 or 2 levels of the tier, honestly. Not 2.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's
not
my
2.
2
Definitely not
factors.
2.
I mean,
1
I have
level
a
maybe.
small factor. If a song took forever to make, then maybe I don't like it as much. But I don't really think there is many except for like 1 or 2 that I could think of.
So we'll get into these ones. So next up, we're gonna have the win ceremony, which also I feel pretty differently about between the 2 versions. I might actually skip to the remix in that I fucking love the remix. Like, it is like the exact level of bombast that I would like. The mix on it, which we didn't really talk about this actually, as far as like most of the remixes kind of being helped out with AI, with Suno AI, like you mentioned.
To a little bit. Some of them, like, I think for the ones we've covered so far have not. Like, the main theme to the regular thing, that was straight up just use real instruments instead of note blocks. Same with the
Gotcha.
wind ceremony. A few of them, yes. I did use a little Suno AI mixing and then kind of like branch off from there, because remixing a track that already exists is a little tricky, because it's like, well, what do I do that's different?
Mhm.
But at least for like the first 3 that we've got to right now, these are all just the exact same theme as the note blocks, bar for bar. I just, instead of using note blocks, actually used the real instruments.
I kind of, well, we might get to it, but I kind of like a lot of those of like, I get it somewhat attached to like the original composition and just like how it flows. where some of the AI written tracks can get a little bit off tangent a little bit, but
yeah,
for this one,
totally see that.
Honestly, Wind Ceremony Remix S, because it's the crazy amount of bombast. It specifically reminds me of the Mario Party 8 one, because like that one has like
I could see that. Yeah,
that one has a lot more of like the big horns and bombast. Only real problem with it is that it got super loud and that we had to turn it down and get in.
I don't know if that's a problem with the track itself, because if you listen on YouTube, it's not even that loud. Like, it sounds fine on YouTube. So I think that's more just it got loud in terms of putting it in the game. So I wouldn't really hold that against it. I could totally see an S.
We did turn it down a little bit, and it might not even just be the overall volume, because there is like a thing with like mixing where if everything's turned up, it kind of, I think people might call it like the loudest roar, like like the sausage track. Like if you look at the audio where it's basically just a big sausage.
That's very true. I mean, honestly, if I could talk about it a little bit, when I was using the real instruments, I'll be honest, I kind of messed up. I think I should have used, because MuseScore has 2 sound fonts. There's MuseScores 3, which are like synthesized instruments. And then there's MuseScore 4s, which are realistic, like they actually went to a chamber hall and recorded the instruments so it could sound more realistic. I wanted to use the realistic instruments because I thought it would give a kind of a better like bombast feel.
Yeah.
However, I think, in my opinion, after kind of like going back on it, I think the synthesized instruments would have sounded a little bit better, because I think some of the echoes of the realistic instruments make it a little too loud. But that's just kind of my take.
Interesting.
If I were to go back and remake it, I probably would use the synthesized instruments.
I guess I'd be somewhat interested to see how that turned out, but I still really like it.
Then, I think it's a great tune.
As far as the original, it is 1 or 2 tiers down for me, like, because the core melody is great, but like it just does with the kind of the Minecraft instrumentation does kind of limit this one, I feel like, from feeling like super finalistic. I can't think of an actual word for super climactic. It's like the original Wind Ceremony.
I think, yeah,
B or A
like,
for
I think
me.
honestly, I would say B, honestly. I mean, I think like if you literally just do a comparison of the two, like it sounds sad. There's a lot of flutes. There's a lot of flutes in it, but it's a good track.
It still really works well, and I would still put it above. I gotta start ranking these. I would still put it above the. I guess this is the remix Chance Time theme. They're somewhat they're around even for me. But yeah, definitely S for the Wind Ceremony.
Yeah, now you're saying ranking. I feel like I would put the original Chance Time above the above the original Wind Ceremony.
Really?
Just because I like it more. But I guess you do hear more of the original Wind Ceremony.
Especially when people try to slow down and actually read. People do slow down and read it a little bit more.
Or move that to high C.
We do got
move the Wind Ceremony to high C.
You know, fine.
I'd say compromise. Either if it can't be above, then at least make them in the same tier.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll probably move these around as we go for sure, because we still have 45 songs to go.
Oh my gosh.
So now we're gonna kind of take a break from the lobby themes. We're gonna get into like the first 8 boards. We're gonna take a break in the middle and do some of the minigame themes, and then we'll progress into the newer 8 boards. So I've definitely listened to the board songs the most, just because I feel like I can, and I have a stronger opinion on them, just because they are so much more associated with one specific vibe. It's much easier for me to tell most of these apart. Grand Finale,
and like gameplay too. Like with gameplay, you will hear the full song.
Yeah,
a lot. Sure. It'll loop, so you will definitely get an opinion on it. I can totally see that.
For sure. Grand Canal. This is one that's kind of looks very slow, vibey, elevator music. Kind of give me your thoughts on like where your vibe was with making this one.
I'll just sum all the original Mario Party boards. As you can tell, like these are actual Mario Party boards. So
first 3, yeah.
The first one, the things with these, it's a little tricky because I can't be super free because it's still got to somewhat resemble the original theme. So it did help in making, because it's like, okay, I kind of have something I can like base off of a little bit. But in terms of actually like thinking of this one I was thinking this is coffee shop, 100% coffee shop vibes. Probably not as Italian as the original Grand Canal, But I think for Minecraft, it definitely works. Big emphasis I wanted to put onto was the guitar melody. That kind of is like the driving kind of back and forth, and then the little bell kit is kind of where the actual like spins on the melody go.
See, that's the thing, is that, well, like, the original version of this doesn't really have any guitar. That's kind of where the coolness factor of the remix comes in, is that it's basically the same thing, just with this added jazzy guitar over the top of it that just kind of ups the coolness factor.
Yeah, I mean, the original has guitar chords, but no, like, actual, like, melody with it. The remix has actual kind of, like, guitar, like, solos and, like, a very acoustic guitar, which I love.
I would still... This might sound a little harsh. Like, I still really like this song. I still would probably put it in C tier. I'd probably still put both of them in C tier, in that, like, they're about the...
That's crazy.
See, the thing is, you'll notice I am a heavy metal fan, so I definitely gravitate a little bit more towards the more bombastic ones. And again, C absolutely is not bad. Like we have Chance Time and Win Ceremony down here. Like, again, I would
put it at least at B. I think it's a tier above Win Ceremony and Chance Time.
Okay, you know what? Fine.
I would say B. C is crazy. I mean, okay, personal opinion, I would actually probably put the remix in like A, but I mean, if you're gonna go all the way down to C, I can compromise with a B.
Okay.
C, just saying it's on the same level as like the default Chance Time and Win Ceremony is crazy. Actually, crazy.
Again, we'll see where the rest of these go. But like, again, I still really like the songs. They still make me feel good, and I still find it interesting that you're like, oh, I had to listen to the original theme and match the vibes. I don't think this matched the vibe.
I did.
I don't think sounds anything like the original theme.
Yeah, but it does not. But I mean, I had to kind of at least get the location. I mean, I did want to do a completely Italian thing, but I could not think of anything that would like work besides the original Grand Canal theme because it's perfect.
I don't know what Italian music sounds like, so I couldn't tell you.
Exactly. I like went onto Apple Music and just started looking up Italian songs, and I was like, how do I make this? Also, okay, actually, good point for Noteblocks. You can't do triplets in Noteblocks Studio. That is actually a good point that I should bring up. You can't do triplets or swung or anything kind of like that because Minecraft
just divided into 4.
Is divided into 4. So, I mean, you could by speeding up the tempo, but then it would like I would only have so long in a song to actually make. So that's why, like, we'll see. Actually, perfect segue into Pirate Dream.
Go for it.
You'll see in Pirate Dream, this one is swung a little bit. However, I had to like speed up the tempo to like 300 BPM, which in turn made it really long to edit and like actually make because it's just a super long song because each beat is like an 8th note or a quarter note or like not even an 8th note, like a 16th note to like get the triplet type thing. But
except it ended up as like 44 seconds, so it's actually really short. But
yeah, but like if you go in the editor, it is a really long song.
A lot of
for being 44 seconds.
Again, this one is I do love this one. This is another one that I feel like it does not represent the original song at all, which honestly the original song from Mario Party 5 kind of lame, doesn't really sound like pirates at all. This sounds like pirate shit.
Yeah, I will be honest, when I heard that original theme, I thought that was like a menu theme. I didn't know that was the actual music for Pirate Dream. And I was like, this just sounds like Indiana Jones maybe, but that's about it.
It's like, kind of generic.
Doesn't remind me of pirates.
This one fits. Like, this feels very adventurous. It specifically feels like it feels like a marching song, like marching up the big cliffs of Pirate Dream, basically. And
yeah, my thinking was Pirates of the Caribbean. Not perfectly, but like I did kind of have that Pirates of the Caribbean inspiration a little bit. Just like, oh, let me like, what is a pirate song? Let me go listen to the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack, and like this kind of fits that.
Barring this being kind of short, I still really enjoy this one. I would honestly put it in A tier, the original.
I could see that. For me, I'd probably put it a high B just because it's like 44 seconds and it can get repetitive in like an actual game. But I can understand a low A. I am okay. Either would work for me.
I would be fine with low A. For the remix, is very interesting because the vibe changes a lot in this one. And I said it initially, like, this sounds like super hype, YouTuber outro music, which I did literally make it into that.
It's funny.
I don't know. It sounds kind of piratey. A little bit. It doesn't really fit the board, but I also still really love the song, and I'm tempted to put it in either high A or S.
That's fair. I mean, for all the remixes, my kind of thinking was if you play the Switch Mario Party, specifically Superstars or Jamboree, you'll notice that the last 5 turns kind of spins on the original theme by either making it more intense or more like this is kind of like the grand finale. That was kind of the forefront basis for a lot of these remixes.
Which makes sense.
And so, for me, for the Pirate Dream remix, I think I do really like it more. I like it more than the original for the sake of it's not repetitive. Like, it lasts longer than 45 seconds, but it also doesn't fit the theme. I think for that, I can see high A. I think S, it's got to fit the board, like if it's going to be S, because S is perfect. Like, I think there is the flaw of it doesn't fit exactly for Pirate Dream, but I could see a high A. I could agree with that.
I'm fine with keeping that one for now. It feels good, and it's gonna be my outro music for the foreseeable future.
Your outro music, which is really funny.
Although I haven't made an actual recorded video in a while, so I haven't actually used it. But
you get to use it for this one.
Let's move this on to KTT, which this one is
Koopa's Tycoon Town.
This one is actually a cover that we found.
I did cover, yes. I covered Hawaii, which because I found the city theme. Koopa's Tycoon Town, okay, is a really interesting one because the original theme for Koopa's Tycoon Town, like the actual like game theme, is amazing.
Yeah,
that is a great song. So making a spin on that is kind of difficult because it's like city music is hard. I will completely admit. Thinking of like original city music, because like a lot of video games don't really have cities. Besides maybe Pokemon. Pokemon's probably the one thing that I could think of. But yeah, Hawaii was kind of my inspiration, and I covered Hawaii for the bass.
Island to Myself was the one cover.
Yes. Right? Yes. Yeah. Island to Myself. Great cover. Do love it.
Of the 3 ones taken from Real Mario Party, this is definitely closest to the vibe of the original song, where it really does feel like a bustling city. It feels like you're like in the glitz and glamour of like New York City, and there's like crazy shops everywhere and just stuff's happening in this town. And for that, I feel like it fits the board immensely well, and I loved the song too. Like, I initially would put it at S. Like, it's one of my favorite songs in this game, even though it is a cover. It fits so well, and I enjoy the song enough that I would put it up here.
Fair enough. I think for me, probably high A, but I could see a low S. Like, I could see both. I think it does fit really well. I think for me, the reason is, I'll actually get into this, I like the remix more than the original.
That's the thing, is I don't think I do, because it doesn't really change the whole lot of, it doesn't really change the instrumentation that much. And the thing that I don't really love about the remix is that I feel like some sections are repeated a few more times, where I think the original just kind of progresses more satisfyingly, in my opinion.
I could see that. I can agree with that. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's enough to knock it down a tier for me, honestly.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I agree with that ranking. That's a good ranking.
Making sure I still have my camera recording as well. I do. Things are still going swimmingly. So now let's get into Manor of Madness. One that's like, it's a spooky board, but not overly so. Like, it's kind of cheesy spooky.
I love this theme. I am like a sucker for Halloween themes. Manor of Madness for me is like a top 5 theme that I've made. God. It is. I love this theme. I think with the Minecraft note blocks, like this captures Halloween perfectly. Like when I think Halloween, boom, easily can go to this. I love this theme. There's nothing more to it. It is a Halloween theme, and I enjoy it a lot.
It's Halloween in the sense that it's not really horror movie. It fits more like Super Mario style, quote unquote, spooky horror, and that fits this board in particular. Like, it's not designed to like, oh god, horror movie, blood and guts, everything's dying.
Yeah, it's light, fun, spooky, scary skeletons.
You're gonna be mad at me, but like it feels like a B tier to me, which is still very good in my
B
mind.
is crazy.
Oh my god.
B is crazy.
B for Boo, bro. B for Boo.
At the very, it's gotta be low A. If you're gonna go all the way to B, gotta be at least an A. Well, I mean, okay. Actually,
I feel like this is gonna start skewing high.
Okay, before you rank the original, talk about the remix. Because actually, can you play the remix? Because I don't remember what I did on the remix too much.
It's about the same tier for me. Like I don't think it changes the tier, but
okay,
we'll get into it.
I just want to see. I need to remember what I actually did for the remix.
I will say the one few things that I don't love about the original, I do want to say is, I think it's the xylophone that is just a little bit loud for my taste. That got a little bit annoying for me. If it could have been turned down, that probably would help it a little bit. Okay, it is a super fun song. I'm fine to compromise and stick them both in low A.
Okay, yeah, Zack would want an S, but that's okay. I will get it at least into A.
I'd probably still put it above the lobby theme though. Like
yes.
The main lobby theme is probably still going to be probably the bottom of A for me, honestly.
Yeah, I mean if it gets too long, we might move it to B. All right, War Fort.
War Fort.
This one was a fun one.
Yeah.
I do like this one. This one was a fun one. My inspiration. It's gonna be random out here. I was actually thinking of the Mandalorian is where I got my inspiration from for this theme. I figured it doesn't follow the Mandalorian like actual melody at all, but like I think like the Star Wars kind of like deep space vibe, but like also kind of like March Triumphant, I think works perfect for War. It literally Star Wars Diabolic War. Tell me I'm not cooking.
Oh my god. Like
I actually just made that connection now. I was not thinking of that when I did that. That was just kind of funny.
I always thought this one was definitely good. Like it feels. I always thought it felt a little bit upbeat for Hell. Like it's supposed to be like an abandoned fortress, right? But it's still. If this was like a still living for active castle with Mario fireballs, it probably would fit a little bit better. It's still a good song though, and I would probably still put it in B. For my taste.
Can see B. I can agree with a B. I actually think of the fort being abandoned. I'll be honest, I did not know it was abandoned. I just
that was supposed.
I saw War
Fort,
so I was thinking of war. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's a war theme. Okay.
That's what the lore is. That's what the lore is quote unquote supposed to be, especially with like some of the parts that are like busted and messed up. And it's probably stuck there in the lore somewhere.
Probably somewhere there. Okay.
And then the remix, I would actually stick the remix a tier down in my opinion. I think it gets a little bit too off track, especially towards the end where it's just like
it just gets like really crazy. Yeah, I can see that.
It's enjoyable enough, but it does not fit nearly as well in my opinion.
Fair.
That's pretty much what I got to say for that one. I definitely prefer.
Yeah, I think that's all I have much to say on it too. I mean, I thought it was a live fort, so that kind of makes more sense now. I probably would do it differently now that I know that it was an abandoned fort, but that's just because I didn't know. But
yeah.
For context, the one thing I had of what the board was supposed to be theme-wise was the screenshot. Like that was about it.
Fair enough. We do have lore in the game. You just have to like hit the.
It's not going to go. I mean, I probably should have. But I didn't know it was. I don't know. I just never read it.
I'm ready to go to the next one because this is another one where the lore I feel like you did have the lore on this one, and this kind of affected where it went with Old Complex,
I completely misinterpreted how Old Complex was supposed to be done because Old Complex is a prison in the end. Right? Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking, okay, endgame kind of high tier, but then prison kind of like you're breaking into the prison. And that's what I thought of because you quite literally break into the prison in the board. You start on the outside and like dig under. So I was thinking high intense, like all the security alarms are going off. This is like crazy. You're getting in. And so the theme I made, you can probably hear it a little bit. I mixed a little bit of, I didn't like actually take anything, but like my inspiration was a little bit of Galaxy. Mario Galaxy specifically. There's a little bit of that like space kind of like final climactic Bowser area. However, come to find out, the person who made this board, John, lovely man by the way, he wanted this board to be kind of like
depressing.
a low-key, abandoned, depressing prison, and I was like, oh, well, didn't get the theme perfectly. The theme is an amazing theme.
The theme,
like, I think it is.
The songs are great.
But like, does it fit the board? No. No.
Let me
After knowing how he wants it, no.
Okay, because like the other piece of the lore of this is that it's supposed to be like also supposed to be like the end bit where like these things are kind of these eldritch beings are kind of getting in. It is a killer tune. It doesn't really fit super well. It's like
I think once the halftime event happens, I think it fits a little bit better because then like the prison's being ransacked with tentacles and end monsters and whatnot, so I think it fits a little bit better.
I'm inclined to put this in high B. I think it is. I kind of put these songs in similar vibes between this and Diabolic in my mind. I think this is a better song. If it fit the board a little bit more, I might stick it up. But also the remix is a step above, though. Honestly.
Oh yeah, the remix is good for this one.
It is a very, very good song. If it fit the board, I'd be tempted to put it in S, but it kind of doesn't. But it's a good enough song that I would want to at least stick it in A.
I think the remix, I just converted straight to direct instruments. I can't remember perfectly, but I'm pretty sure I did direct instruments. Maybe not. I honestly don't remember.
I think
because the problem, I mixed this song up with Corrupted Void.
Yeah. That's actually what I stuck in my notes. Actually, is that it feels like an end game level with urgency. It definitely could have been like an alternate theme for Corrupted Void. It has urgency. It's very good. If it fit the board, it would be S. For now, it's A.
Fair. I cannot blame you. All right,
Hyrule.
Which actually, I want to do Skyrule with this as well because these actually are almost identical, and that's kind of on purpose. Because if you don't know, Hyrule and Skyrule are like the exact same map, just obviously Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
So I made the Skyrule theme first. So I think we talk about that first. So that was the one that actually I made first.
Okay.
And then actually I'm pretty sure I did the new boards first and then the old boards. Because I think by the time I was being commissioned for music, the new boards were already, or most of them were already done.
Mm-hmm.
But Skyrule, I mean, there's not a ton to say about it. It's pretty much, I mean, obviously with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom's a little bit easier, but with Breath of the Wild especially, the soundtrack is kind of non-existent. It's kind of just like light piano.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so how do I turn that into a Mario Party board? So what I tried to do was kind of embrace, like, I tried to mix, like, the classic, like, Hyrule Field from Zelda games feeling, but then, like, also, like, in the sky and, like, adventurous.
Yeah.
And so what you get is the Skyrule theme. I think it's a good theme. It fits the theme of the board, but, like, me personally, I would rather listen to other songs outside of Skyrule, but that's just because it's kind of like slow feeling and like eh.
It does fit the board. It does fit the board very well, and it also is supposed to be a little bit more depressing because this is kind of after like, oh my god, this crazy apocalypse just happened. All this shit's in the sky and there's goop everywhere. It's like I wrote down B tier for the original and C for the remix. Like the C is like, or sorry, like because the remix is pretty one-to-one with the original, but somehow is just a little bit more boring to me. But I could also see them both being around C tier, honestly. What do you think?
Yeah, some part of me really wants. There's a small part of me that wants to put it in D just because I find it boring, but I don't think that's fair to judge it on that fact. So I could see C. For me, probably low C though. I would say the songs that are currently in C, I would like them more than Skyrule.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Honestly, we do need to flesh these guys out a bit. I'm tempted to move this down a little bit.
I wouldn't. If you want to move it down to D, I would not be ashamed. Like I could agree with that ranking.
There's not a whole lot of songs.
I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of songs I would put down in D, but like, we'll definitely see how this goes. How this plays out towards the end.
If you're on the edge of putting that in D, I would not blame you if it moves into D. Now Hyrule.
Okay, this is
if
much
you
more
couldn't
upbeat.
notice is yes. However, they're actually the exact same song. Almost. The only difference is I kind of pitch shifted Hyrule a little bit and made it a little bit faster. I think it was faster. Might have been slower. One of them is faster and one of them is slower. Here, play the Hyrule one. I can tell you which one is faster.
It's fast. it's faster, but it's also basically got what I just call basically a piano shred in it. I would love to see what the guitar tabs look like for this song. It does chill out a little bit afterward. It's kind of like, all right, we were just on this crazy thing, like, oh my god, everything's going on. Like, all right, now we're focused. We're heading out on our adventure. We have our goal.
I remember now. Okay, I remember how I composed this. Because I remember I talked to Origin about this. Okay, so I misremembered. I thought that the piano shred was on the Skyroll remix.
I think it still
that
is.
That makes more sense. I think it still is.
No, not in the Skyroll, not on the Skyroll remix for sure.
What was the Skyroll remix then?
The Skyroll was
the
Skyroll is a lot more chill.
That's what. Okay, so I remember. Okay, I talked to Origin about this, and I was like, okay, well, obviously it's the same map, so I was like, should I just like, I wanted to do the Mario Kart effect, where you know how in the last lap it kind of just like speeds up. That was my thing. I was like, I'm just gonna do the Mario Kart effect, make it faster and more peaceful. And then he was like, you should add something on top of that to make it differential a little more. And I was like, okay.
Oh, nice.
Piano rip. That sounds like a guitar solo.
Basically. Play a little.
And I think this works great with the remix because once if you were to treat the remix as a last 5 turns kind of thing, you would see it as like, oh, we just beat all the defined beasts, now the world is at peace again, and so it's calmed back down.
I kind of like the instrumentation of this one a little bit more too, because I think the piano shred on the original can get a little bit grating sometimes. I still like it. This one is a little bit less sharp on the ears. A little bit less crazy, and this definitely feels like more heading into like the final level a little bit.
Yeah, I would put them B for me. I think
they're pretty high B for me on it. I said
put them in A.
I said like B. I said A or B for both. I even said like B+ for Hyrule.
I like the remix more than the original. I mean, you really pointed it out. There's like that one part where like the piano kind of like takes over the melody, like the low piano, and I really like that. I would say I would put regular Hyrule in B. I think solid B. I would put the remix in A.
I could go back and forth on which version of these I prefer. They are pretty close. I think it's a very good remix because it still takes the same melody, but it is a different enough vibe to really differentiate it. And I could go either way with which one I prefer.
Literally the definition of a remix.
I mean, that's why it works.
It fits perfectly. It does work. It works really well.
They're very good, and I dig them.
I think of Zelda when I hear them, so I think it works for the board as well.
It's unfortunate that Skyroll ended up here, and spoiler alert, that's probably gonna go back on like where that ranks in our eventual board ranking, obviously.
Yeah.
To Mystic Caverns. Unlike the last song, this one is a lot more stripped back. But it works.
I like Mystic Caverns. I am a fan of this one. When I was making it, I was thinking kind of like Terraria caves. That was kind of where my inspiration came in. I dig Mystic Caverns.
It's not dangerous. It's the final board. It's very mysterious, so catchy, so fun. It just makes me feel good listening to it.
I would put it in S tier. Like for me, it is a strong contender for S tier. I think like because like when you go into the cavern, like in the board, you see all the crystals, and I think the bell kit like really exemplifies like the shining, sparkling crystals, and then like the little backing drum beat is kind of like you digging deeper into the caves. Like I think it works. It is an S tier song for me. For matching the vibe, it's a catchy tune I'd listen to on its own. What about you?
I will be slightly different. Just because because this version is a little bit stripped back. I'm gonna put this one at A. I would put the remix at S.
Okay, yes, I can agree with that. I think the remix adds a little bit more. Can you play the remix actually?
I'll say it. I'll just say it because I know. Because like the remix is basically everything I like about the original song, just with a little bit more to it, especially the bass. The bass goes hard on that song. Turn up a little bit. You hear that bass? The bass helps to make that shit.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh wait, that sounds kind of like that.
Oh god, in this part. This is so vibey, dude. I feel like I'm floating on something listening to this shit.
This is really good, yeah. I kind of like the original a tad more, just because it doesn't sound as like grainy, like it sounds more crisp in the original.
Is this one that?
But I could totally see the remix being above.
Is this one that you used some AI for?
I think I used a little bit. I think a tiny bit of AI, but I think also just because I used more instruments in that one, more synths is gonna lead to more kind of like meshing and sounding more kind of like combining. But I could still see as like if you like the remix more, I can totally I can see both ways. They're interchangeable.
The original sounds like it could come straight out of like some of the 8-bit Zelda games, like the Game Boy Zelda games too.
Oh yeah.
There is. I'm not gonna ding it on the remix on the production too much more. I do think. I feel strongly that it's a step above. It's at least a tier above for me, the remix.
Yeah, I agree.
They're both still very good. They make me feel very good. Fucking hell yeah, dude.
I think its ranking is good. That is Mystic Caverns is a fireboard theme.
Ooh, okay. Here's the thing. I need to move this a little bit. I don't think the lobby theme is gonna be top of S for me. It's still very good.
I was gonna say that. You put that at the top of S this whole time, and I'm like,
I just haven't really moved it.
I mean, it's good. Yeah.
I don't know where I don't know where I'd stick this, honestly.
I would put Mystic Caverns remix above the Wind Ceremony for me. I think that order's good. That order I think is pretty good.
We're gushing over that song, and I feel very good about it. Next up, we're going to actually get into some of the first songs that you made with the minigame theme.
The minigames.
That's okay. This is where I think we're going to clash, because I think you feel very strongly about these minigame themes. I really don't. Like, it's a weird thing for me, because like, maybe it's just not what I was expecting for minigame themes, because a lot of them sound a little bit too low-key from what I would picture from, like, especially like Mario Party 6 minigame themes that are like incredibly bombastic.
Yeah. Starting with Free For All, for me, I like it as S tier. I think it is. I know it's the first song I made, so maybe a little bit of bias, but like, it's so good. It works for the survival-based minigames, which I think is what what Origin actually moved the tune to be. But I really like the free-for-all minigame theme, like, a lot. It is perfect for like a survival type game. You probably don't agree with me, but
I put it in C.
C is crazy. If we get a 1 veto, that's where I'm using veto on a C.
God.
Heck nah. This minigame theme. Heck nah. There's no way it's C. That's most
of these are on the same level for me. I just feel so much more strongly about most of the board themes, honestly.
I mean that's fair, but you can't just value it based on it's not a board. Like you gotta have some input on it.
We might jump. Okay, how about this? We might jump around a little bit. I would put the dual themes in S tier. I would not put any of the other minigame themes in S tier.
That hurts me because I would totally put the free for all. I would put the free for all. For me, I would put like the remix free for all probably not in S tier, but the original free for all, I would put that in S tier.
I could compromise and put it in A, but like I could not put this in S. I'm sorry. I just don't feel that strongly about it.
I'll save my veto for the end. If we get 1 veto, I'm using it on that one. Unless there's another one that you have a really crazy opinion on, then I'll be like, whoa.
All right.
I can live with an A, but like, bro, I need an S.
I mean,
dual S. I could see dual and S though. Dual is really good.
Okay, I'm trying to think if I would change it based off of the remix or not. The remix is definitely better. Because
easy better, because it has the actual trumpets and the brass and like the actual vision.
I instantly picture Scavengers in my head because it works so well with just running around at top speed for something super high stakes.
All duels I think work really well for it. Honestly, they're all high stakes. Maybe not like rock paper. Well, that is rock paper scissors.
That one in particular.
I don't know. All of them can work. Yeah. Regular duel, I would say A for me.
It's hard. Remix,
I would
100%
say
F.
if you can't put it in S, then it's got to be top of A.
I'm
like
fine with
without
that.
a doubt. I probably top of A. It's really good.
I think I like it. I think I probably would like it. Again, I gravitate towards metal-ish stuff, so this one being super high tempo works with my music taste a lot. So like, it's there. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like I try to balance all musical types because you're a strong metal, which I can totally feel for. But it's like I have to balance more than just one type of music. 2v2.
I'm still gonna rank these relatively similarly.
Yeah,
in like
I would.
C or B.
I like remix more because I like the marimba more because I'm percussion, so that's a little biased. But also because I think it just pierces better. I would put it probably B tier. The remix was just a direct conversion of used real instruments. That was for all the minigames, by the way. This is where I would have not used the real soundtrack and used the little synth ones, because I think it would sound a little bit better with the synth.
It's
I think
a little
that,
bit
like,
more...
chamber hall. I think the chamber hall echo is a little bit too much.
It does... It makes it sound cool. I just don't really love how that makes it fit with the minigames. It makes it sound a little too low-key.
Yeah, I would put it... probably the original in B, and then probably the remix in C, because I forgot about the echo.
I'm fine with the compromise for that. Like, yes, I got these minigame themes in C, which I still like, by the way. Just putting that out there.
I know, it's just C is just so low. But okay.
We'll compromise there a little bit. I do gotta play the 1v3 for myself a little bit.
I could see both of these being in C.
This one sounds like Charlie Brown music.
Oh my gosh, I can see it.
Okay, and then this part, it sounds good, but it's like, again, a little bit too slow and low-key for minigames.
Yeah.
I don't like it significantly better or more than the 2v2 themes.
I will say, tiny bit of bias, these were the first themes I made, so like, a little bit of credit. I definitely got better with minigames at MCP2. Like, I think I definitely struck a better balance of, okay, this is actually a minigame theme and not like a relaxing theme. I definitely learned and got better, but I will say, yeah, these were kind of the growing pain of the OST.
Again, still very great songs. I just don't feel quite as strong about them, which is why they end up in mid-tier, and we haven't stuck anything in D. Believe me, there will be things in D, but...
Yeah.
I don't think it's worthy of D, for sure.
I would put it C. I would honestly put both in C. I think I like the original a little bit more than the remix, just because I think it works better for a minigame. But I mean, you can.
I don't feel particularly strongly about either of these two.
Battle minigame. Okay. The battle one is a full percussion ensemble, so I'm a little biased. I like it in the sense like it's good. I think the best minigame to really experience the full song is Elytra Ace, because that minigame you'll actually hear the whole thing because it lasts long enough.
Yeah.
This one is a long song, and since most minigames are short, you don't really hear it. The remix, I could see C. I could see the remix in C.
I think it's worse.
I would probably put the original. Well, I don't know actually.
Let me play the battle minigame remix. It's the last one in the playlist. It kind of sounds like credits music in a way. Again, after a fair, I think I might prefer the original a little bit more for just because this is where, again, for minigames I want it to be a little bit less dynamic and a little bit more bombastic, and that's where I think the melody cuts through a little bit more on the original for a battle minigame.
I think it's hard because I think the instruments really bring out the like vibe of the piece. With how actual instrumenty they sound, not like Minecraft. But I think for a minigame, the original fits better. So that's where it's tricky, because like I would stick on its own merit. I think like if you were just like take the songs out of the game and just listen to them, I think the remix is the better song. But I think the original fits better for the game.
Where do you want to stick the remix? Because I'd put the battle somewhere in B. I do like it better than the other.
I'd say C, but for me, I would say a high C. Like, I would say probably higher than the 1v3. I'd put the 2v2s above the 1v, like the remix 2v2 above the 1v3s for me.
I'm fine with that. I don't particularly care that much either way. Are we fine with the original being in B though?
Yeah, I think that works good for B. I might put the 2v2 original above it in B, I think. I think original 2v2, I would put it. They're pretty much the same. I would put it above, but yeah.
I probably like the battle minigame a little bit more. Just I think it does end up being more bombastic, but it's fine. We're splitting hairs here. We're gonna start with the newer Voxel Party boards with Cherry Grove. Unfortunately, I think we have our first D tier. Honestly, especially the original. Like,
this isn't a fault of the song. I think it fits the board great. I just think the board is the most beginner board of all time, so like it's just very sleepy.
I will disagree slightly in that it's kind of proved a little bit more by the remix. Like, I could put the remix maybe in low C. My main problem with the original version on this is there's not really much of a melody to it. At least it's kind of buried. It's basically just chords. It's basically just the chords kind of going up and down with a little bit of arpeggios. There's a little bit of piano melody in there, but it's kind of buried underneath it. And I think that's brought out more in the remix, where the remix actually has a melody to follow along with.
For me, the problem is it's like the same board by John, by the way. Dang, he writes 2 controversial boards that I had to make music for. That's kind of funny. Anyways.
Well, it fits.
It does. Yeah, this one definitely fits, but that's the problem. The board is like a peaceful village, and it's like, well, what all can I do? Like, this reminds me of Pokemon, but like the starter village from Pokemon.
Yeah.
Where like it's all slow and chill, which is great. Not for a party game. I want to go to sleep when I hear this.
Let me bring it.
Not a bad song. Like, it fits the board. I just think that's the problem, is that it does fit the board.
No, I think the remix is a good song. I think the OG is pretty blah. So I would be fine with moving this to like the bottom of C.
I'm indifferent. Either top of D or bottom of C. I am indifferent to either.
Just to spread this out a little bit, I might leave it in here. This probably still would end up being the top of D.
All right, Frostbite Falls.
This one is unlike the last one. This one is very distinctive.
I like this one. It's a pretty Christmassy vibe. I know it's not a Christmas board, but let's be real. Most snow themes are Christmas themes.
Like, oh yeah.
Take any Mario snow theme, it's gonna sound like Christmas music. Like, come on.
Pretty much.
So, it's hard to make snow music that, unless you do like an ice cave, then I mean, yeah, but that's about it. But I think for the board, it's good. I like it. I really emphasized the bell kit. That was where like the primary emphasis was, because
it's so freaking catchy though.
I don't know how I feel about the remix and the original are kind of like interchangeable for me.
I think I definitely like the original a little bit more. It's a little bit more, has a little bit more dynamic to it. And I think I wrote down that like the Frostbite Falls, it kind of feels like it starts over a few times in the in like the remix. I can't remember exactly what I meant by that, but it was enough, at least in my notes, to bring it down a tier.
It probably just repeats the motif a lot. Like the starting motif a lot, which I could see.
I don't know if I would stick to... I have this in A. I don't know if looking at some of these other ones.
I would say high B. I don't think it's A tier for me. I would say very high B tier. But if you want to put it in A, I wouldn't blame you. For me, I'd say very high B.
I'm thinking like mid B, honestly.
Okay, what songs are you putting above? Chance Time? Okay, I can see that. Old Complex, I can see that. Yeah, okay, I could see mid B. I don't know, I kind of do like Grand Canal more than it, though.
If we do it like this, I'll be fine with it.
Okay, that works. I can live with that.
Because I do think the guitar definitely adds something to the original Grand Canal.
Alright, Mind Metal Festival.
Alright.
You can't bias and put it straight to the top of S. No. It's good, but you cannot bias it all the way to the top of S because it's metal.
I want to talk about this one immediately. I don't care what you have to say. No, I do care. But I want to talk about this one a little bit. So, Mind Metal. This is one that went through a lot of iterations, and I gave you a lot of shit for it. And I'm very happy with where it turned out in the original.
I mean, yeah, you made a cover of it, which I do like. I think it's great.
So
You
here's
can't bias it to the top of S though, because that's just too much bias.
well, here's what I'm gonna do. The original Mind Metal, I was never gonna put the original Mind Metal in S. I was definitely going to put it in A. It is very good. The remix that is in Voxel Party as we're recording, D tier. It repeats way too much. It got rid of all of the new section, got rid of all the unique sections of the song. It just repeats the same motif over and over. D tier. Disappointed. But in the Voxel Party update that's coming out, we are replacing it with my cover, which is full on an actual fucking metal song with some dynamic parts to that. S tier. S tier for the new version that's going to be in there going forward. If we veto anything, that's gonna be my veto. I don't care.
Okay, I think I can see S tier. I can see S tier for the cover remix. I just don't think top of S tier. But that's just me.
I don't know. I definitely want to reorganize this when we get to the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be S tier for me.
I can see it as an S tier. I definitely can see it as an S tier. I just don't know if I can see it as the top of S tier. Because that's gonna be too much bias. You can't have the metal song be the top of S tier. Bro.
Why the hell not?
Because then it's gonna be so biased. That is gonna obviously look like you biased it to be metal.
It's going to be an S though. I am personally proud of that one too, because I have not written music before. This is probably the closest I've come to writing something, and that I've actually arranged something, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to figure out where I want to stick some of the dynamics, because like that's particularly why the original is not in S tier, because it doesn't really have a whole lot of dynamics. The real melody is great, but because we're just kind of using like the same few instruments at about the same volume, it's not as crazy. But with having like actual guitar and bass and stuff, like okay, right.
I think the remix is a really good. Yeah, like the cover you did is amazing.
Because we can chill.
We can chill out. In the entire soundtrack. I don't know.
We can start off super heavy, and then we get that cool lead line in, and then we kind of chill out with the bass a little bit, with the guitars cutting out and cutting back in. And then there's like the one part where everything cuts out to like one guitar, da 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 da, and then we all come back in. Bah, 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 bah. Oh, God, go listen to the cover. It's so good. That is S tier. I will not hear anything else.
I'm not saying it's not S tier. I think it's S tier. I just don't think it's top of S tier.
I'm getting defensive.
One song that we haven't gotten to yet that I know is my top of S tier.
Let's come back in with. I was about to say Clockwork Castle. Talk about this one. I'm lightheaded.
Party 6 board. That's kind of mid.
Oh no, fuck! I love that board.
I think it's just okay. I think it's my least favorite board in 6 actually, but it's a good board.
Blech.
Crimson Clockworks. This track is really cool. I think that's such a basic word to say, but yeah, I think it's a good composed song. It has like that clockwork vibe. I think the original note blocks make it sound really good with the like TikTok kind of thing, and then it kind of like has like a little drum set backbeat grooving thing.
Hell yeah.
I could see it A tier. Probably the original.
Yeah, I wrote down A or B for that one, so I'd probably stick it in like a low A.
Yeah. The remix, however, the remix is good.
It makes it just a little bit more interesting.
Kind of like a, I don't even know what the musically way to describe this is.
What I wrote down is that it's just a little bit more interesting than the original, has a few more twists, not just hammering on those same, albeit catchy chords in the same tone the whole time. It just adds a little bit more to it. I don't think I would stick it a tier above. They're relatively the same, but if the original's in A, I would still be fine with sticking this somewhere in A.
I'd say medium to high A. Probably, I think below Manor of Madness, but probably above Old Complex for me.
What about the original?
Original, I would say
this is like the OG lobby theme. I'd probably stick again. I do like the bombast, so I would stick it above the OG lobby. I'm probably moving the OG lobby towards the. I'm probably sticking the OG lobby at the bottom of A if we would be fine with that, because I initially had it in B.
Yeah, I can live with that. Magic Mountain.
All right, this one is also very stripped back. The original, very stripped back, very whistleable. I said I whistle this song a lot when we're playing this one.
Boom. I think it does work for the board. It's also just a bit basic though.
I would stick this one in B for basic.
I was about to say that B for basic.
Now
that's a B tier. That is the most B tier song if I've ever seen one. It is the definition of B tier. It is just, it's good, but not like anything crazy.
This is where things are going to get a little bit spicy. Magic Mountain remix.
Gets its own tier.
Hello? Can this work?
Is it that bad?
Yes. I think it's F tier. I fucking hate this song.
Damn.
The remix is, I'm sorry, dude. The remix is absolutely terrible. It does not follow the original song at all, except for like 5 seconds in the middle. And it just fucking rambles, dude. It just rambles on. It feels like it's just playing random notes. There is nothing of note to follow in this song at all.
Put it at the bottom of D. At least save me from an F grade song.
I would stick this in F only because this is in full screen.
If you want to make an F tier, hit the gear.
I'm sorry,
Magic
dude.
Mountain remix. Terrible. I don't. If I had to get one of the songs had to be the worst. I'm okay with it being that one.
That's fair. I should have prefaced this entire video of like prefacing like, I will not be holding back my opinions. I am so thankful for you making this music, bro. You could have done better than this song, dude.
It's fine. For every Magic Mountain, there's a Mind Metal Festival.
Or there's a Dry Desert.
This S tier top bats. I don't want to hear it. It is the best song. I don't put the remix. I would put the original above the remix. For
really?
Me. I do like the. Well, hold up. Pause. Play the remix because I might be misremembering it.
The remix is a little bit shorter. Is the only other thing.
I think that's why because the remix just sounds like the melody and not like any like of the jazzy chords. That's why I like the original better than the remix.
Let's play it. We basically get the chords.
Oh, this is really hard.
All right.
If I had a real guitar, that's what that melody would have been. But I had Minecraft instruments. I would put the remix above the original. You're right. I think the electric guitar brings out the remix.
The one thing that's making it hard for me to put it up there is just kind of the very awkward loop ending.
That's just hard to loop it. Like that's just a YouTube problem. That's not really a song problem. It's just
this one
because it's like it's just hard to loop in general with the editor and like doing it perfectly because like MuseScore and Notebook Studio likes to leave extra sounds of silence at the end for some reason. I could not tell you why, and so I can't loop the audio perfectly, and it's annoying.
Did this one use AI for any of it?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I just turned it on to real instruments and then added that electric guitar part. It might have a tiny bit, but I don't think it did.
The electric guitar brings it out a lot. It definitely makes it a little bit more interesting. I'm debating whether I bring this down at all or not, but
you could bring it down. Maybe bring it down between Mystic Caverns. Maybe bring Mystic Caverns up. I put it like that's a good fit for it.
It's hard. It's a very good song. It's a very good song. Coming back to the alien version of this theme. It's basically the same. Okay, the original. Basically the same. It is the same song, just kind of slowed down.
It's the same. I can tell you what I did. I went in, I moved the pitch down like 20%, and like maybe changed the key a tiny bit. That was all I did.
I was trying to figure out if there was any differences in some of the embellishments. So just like,
I think the remix I did a little bit more with, but like the original to original are the exact same song, just slowed down a little bit.
And it fits. The weird thing with this one, okay, because this is the desert getting taken over by aliens, which I would initially think would be a little bit more horrific. I would kind of describe this one as like a very I would describe the vibe of this one as like a very mildly pissed off acceptance of just like, oh yep, this is our life now. There's aliens over there. Well, this sucks. I better get to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely like it more than Cherry Grove, and I'd probably stick either of these in C. Remix slightly above.
I think we might need to rearrange the attack because I feel like I would listen to it. Well, I don't know. I feel like I like it more than Skyrule.
I definitely like it more than Skyrim. Or sorry, I definitely like Skyrim more than this. They are similar vibes in that they are kind of slowed down, but I still feel a lot more adventurous about. I feel a lot more adventurous about Skyrim, where again this literally feels like more mundane. I gotta go to work. Things just kind of suck and are mildly interesting. But the remix is a little bit more interesting in that it's got that guitar in it as well. The kind of whiny guitar.
Yeah, it's an alien. I don't know. It was hard to think of what to do for aliens, bro.
And that's fine. That's why I would stick it at the bottom of the sea. It's still better than Cherry Grove and Magic Mountain, but I definitely like Skyrim. I definitely like everything in sea more than I like this one.
That's okay. I can feel that. The final song,
All right.
Corrupted Void.
I want to listen to both of these really quick.
Yup.
That's kind of a seamless loop for that one.
That was a good loop. See, sometimes I can get it right. It's just hard with the editor. That was a good one that I was able to loop.
All right, I don't want to talk about it too much more because I do want to hear the remix again. A little fuzzier.
Yeah. I do like the piano though.
Yep.
The drums adds. Actually a lot more than I thought.
Oh, good God. Okay. Those are both hella journeys. I want to explain the vibe that I got. The original Corrupted Void, pretty short. That feels like the final level theme, lead up to the final boss. The remix is the final boss, is basically how I feel about it.
I think for me, I definitely like the original a little bit more, only because I think the remix kind of strays a little too far off. Like, it starts getting, like, I think it definitely fits the intense vibe, but it kind of just starts going off into its own thing, which I mean is the point of a remix, but I think I went a little overboard on it. That's like, looking back, I think the original keeps, like, I like the lead-up vibe, and I think the original works. I don't know. They're both pretty interchangeable for me.
The big thing that the original has is that it's much more cohesive. It especially works with the Minecraft vibe. It loops basically perfectly, which is basically my complaint about the remix, is that it goes off on that tangent, which, like I said, sounds fucking fantastic, but then it just drops back down to the beginning. If there was a better transition, it would have elevated the song a lot.
I think for me, Corrupted Void's an A, the original. I don't know where an A, but I see it as an A.
I would stick both in A. I like them a lot. I would probably actually stick it in the top of A. I would probably stick both in the top of A for me, actually. They're not...
Original, definitely. Definitely. Remix, I don't know if I stick the remix at the top of A. Because I think I still like the duel better. I think I still like original Mystic Caverns better. I think I still like Koopa's Tycoon remix better. I think right after Koopa's Tycoon remix is where I would put it.
I definitely like. I definitely think I like it better than most of these. But if we gotta compromise,
there we can go. I don't know. I like the original Mystic Caverns better than it. If we have to
It's
compromise,
close.
I would say there.
it's it is very close. I could be relatively interchangeable again. If we had a slightly better transition on the remix, I'd be fine with sticking it above the original for me. But that does hurt a lot. Holy shit, we've got a nice little tier list here. Do we want to move any of these around a little bit?
Okay, let's go through. Desert at the top. Let's just start with, like, let's just go down the list. Desert, yes. Mystic Caverns remix, yes. Original Desert, yes. Wind Ceremony being that high, I think we move Mind Metal remix at least above to the Wind Ceremony.
I put the lobby below it as well.
Yeah, the new Duel, I would put Mind Metal above the new Duel or remix Duel.
I'm not gonna complain about that.
Original, I'd put it above original KTT. I think that's where I would stick it.
This feels pretty good.
I could maybe see the argument for swapping around original Desert and Mind Metal, but I think where Mind Metal is good.
Again, splitting hairs for the most part. We don't need to get this exactly ranked.
Yeah.
A tier and B tier is where we're pretty heavy.
Okay. Original Duel compared to Corrupted Void. I think that's fine. I think Mr. Caverns is fine. Remix Duel's fine.
I'm mostly fine with it. Again, I would still personally move these down a little bit.
That's I mean, if I have to,
I don't need to move it down a tier. Maybe I would do this because I'm biased and not kick it out of A tier for your sake. I could see.
Actually, I would be okay with that if you did that.
Yeah. Personally, these are B tier, but I will compromise with you for that. I would not move anything out. Maybe I would move this. I think
where all the tiers are. Yeah, I could see that going to the top of B.
Again,
I could see that.
That's a minor one for me, but it balances it out a little bit more. Other than that, I'm fine with everything.
I don't know. For me, I would move Manor of Madness higher because I'm a sucker for the Halloween. Like, I would move it above Pirate Dream.
I'd be fine with that.
But probably not much higher than that. I think that's fine.
The remix. Do you like the original or the remix more?
I like the original more than the remix.
Then I'll compromise on this one. Stick Fire Dream.
There we go. We can compromise.
It matters so
much.
much.
We can compromise on that.
Because that's a fun pop.
I think A is good. I think where we have A is pretty solid. B tier. I honestly think
I would move Grand Canal and Lobby Theme down a little bit, not down a tier, but down in this list.
I could see Lobby B moving down. I think where Grand Canal is for me is good. I think it's solid where it is. But I could see shuffling Lobby Theme.
Lobby Theme better or worse than Grand Canal in?
I'd say better. But I mean, if you want to put it lower, I could also see that. They're kind of interchangeable. C tier.
This is the only one that's kind of sticking out that I may want to move down.
To D?
Not to D. I don't think there's any other D songs.
Oh, just down lower?
Just because, again, I think that's the one I said that kind of went off on tangents a little bit too much. And I actually kind of dig the Skyroll theme. I might stick this one down here, honestly. Just bringing it down a little bit.
I could see that.
Other than that, I'm not too stressed about the rest of these.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty good to me.
I feel like we're in.
This looks pretty good. This looks solid. I can work with this tier list. Like I enjoy this.
Would I move things around a little bit more personally? Maybe, but I think we're in a pretty damn good spot.
For a combined tier list, I think this is pretty good.
I love so many of these songs, dude. You did a really good job, and I'm very thankful that we have these in the game. Do better than this one. Other than that,
I mean, I cannot
thank
imagine.
you.
Hey, what? There had to be A done. You couldn't have a flawless soundtrack. There's always A done in a soundtrack.
You could have moved this to a D tier.
It being Magic Mountain remix, I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Again, thank you so much for making these songs. Thank you for being here with me. I had a great time doing this, dude. Had
Absolutely.
Fun nerding
Yeah,
out about
no,
these
this was
songs.
great. Ranking through, going down memory lane, looking at all the music I made.
Also, I think my face
yeah, I
cam
mean, I
ran
could not
out, so
see
that's
myself.
fine. I wonder if it just like ended
really?
after an hour. Well, I'm back, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe. Go subscribe to Zachary Govin's channel. Go listen to the original soundtrack if you weren't already doing this along with this video. And some of the next things that we'll be recording is a rating for all of the boards.
The shells.
Thank you so much, dude.
That one will
Peace
be
out.
interesting to see.